I bet.
Yo, what's up?
What's good? What's good, Vic?
Shit.
King Vic. What's good, man? Here we got another podcast.
Another podcast, another episode, dog.
Yeah.
This is 4, right?
This is gonna be 4. Yeah, we
This
made
is
it to
4,
4.
yeah.
And so far so good. Our producer Paul says that we have a good momentum from the first one, right out the gate. So
Right off
we're
the
just gonna
gate.
keep going.
But we need more, though. We need more. We need
Yeah.
more shares, more plays,
Any
more
love.
subscriptions. You know what I mean? Share if you know what I mean?
Any love you can give.
Yeah,
Tell your parents, like, I saw a good podcast. Tell your sister, I listened to a good podcast. Let us know.
Get them
Also,
into the tech, man. Get the old people into the tech. And then, look, this is what's in right now.
Yeah, I mean, tell your little sister, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she's going to join the volleyball team. She needs some motivation, you know what I mean? And we'll invigorate her with
That's
some
true.
things
That's
we have
true.
to talk
That's
about.
true. Can never start too young.
So what's up, King Vic? How was your week, man?
Yo, it's been a crazy couple weeks, dog. You
Right?
know?
They just add up, right?
Oh my God, bro. The time just goes like that, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what I mean? So I had a bunch of big projects that I were able to do. But it was a mission, dog. It was a mission.
But you got it done, right?
I got it done.
Cool.
One of the projects that I had to do was repaint the ceiling.
Okay.
All right. So like I went ahead and rented a scaffold, dog. It was like 15-foot scaffold, you know, but that day that I was supposed to start, man, it was just like barriers. You know what I mean? So I got the scaffold, set it all up, went to go get material, locked my keys in the car, dog.
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean? Lock my keys in the
fucking
car.
bump.
So I got to call a rider, come pick me up, take me to go get my spare. You know, that kills an hour.
Oh.
I get to the site or to the job where, you know, it's to get done.
Right.
And I get up there and it's not working out, man. You know, I'm using a regular roller, so that shit's not working. I'm like sitting there like, damn, I'm going to have to go get a gun. You know what I mean? A spray gun.
You rent one or what?
Yeah. So I just went to go buy one. I said, fuck it. I'm going to be doing other projects. So, I mean, you know, might as well just get it done. But I don't know if anybody's ever used a paint gun, dog. That shit is not easy, bro. I mean, it's easy, but it's dirty. You know what I'm saying? I was covered in head to toe in white paint.
Damn,
you know,
bro.
breathing it in and shit like that. And bro, that first day, I remember finishing a section and looking back and like looking at how much I had left.
By yourself, dog?
By myself, man.
Oh,
I didn't have
shit.
no help. And you know, a lot of people are, you know, they're working and I usually count, you know, tell my pops, yo, but he's always out of town and shit like that. You know what I mean? My brother's working, dog. So I don't have a lot of people to say, yo, come
help me. Yeah,
especially doing this difficult job. You know what I mean? And at the same time, you know, I am on a budget. This also, you know, this goes to show that I'm in there with you guys. You know, I'm in the mission. I'm on the budget.
Yeah, no,
so I'm doing it myself. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do as much as I can do without having to pay extra, because you know,
this is the money that we save. It's not investors dropping us money like, hey, you know what, I need to do this.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
Need this much money. No, it's
exactly.
like, what do we have in the bank?
You know,
what do we got in the bank?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know what I mean? Cut by cut. So this was on a Wednesday, and I know the next day I have to be done. I don't know why I told myself that I was gonna be able to knock it out in one day. You know what I mean?
Because
I just was determined, bro. I was so determined to get this shit done. Had been bothering me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm spraying or whatever, and I'm sweating, dog, and you know what I mean? It's like up and down the scaffold, and like I'm tired, man. There was a point where I actually sat up at the top of the scaffold, dog, in silence, and I just kind of felt like, damn near in tears, bro, because I'm like drained, dog, and I'm
emotionally,
like,
spiritually,
I need to be done by today to be able to cut tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was on my day off.
Yeah,
you feel me? I'm still working on the shop, and I still got to come in during the weekend to do the floor again because all the overspray that landed on the floor.
How long did that moment last, bro? When you were sitting there and you felt like that?
Honestly, man, I gave myself 5 minutes, dog.
Oh yeah, you feel? I mean, that's good, man. You gotta feel that. You can't just fucking knock it off and pretend like you're not happening.
Exactly, but at the same time, bro, like because of all the barriers, you know what I mean, that I couldn't start it at a certain time.
Yeah,
I allowed myself 5 minutes, and you know what I mean.
Just regrouped real quick.
Shove that tear back in there, dog, and I fucking kept working, man, because you know. That's resiliency, dog.
Hell yeah.
You know, and it's not easy, and that's what we're trying to say. Like, when we decided to take this journey, knowing that it's gonna be a struggle, knowing that we got shit to do to take care of, and it's not gonna be fucking easy. You know what I mean? Whatever we thought we've gone through before, it's not gonna compare through what we have to go through to reach that level. You know what I mean? To dig deep into your head and say, all right, I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thank God I was able to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah, we're different people, man. We're you know, people can go hiking. You can go hiking. You can go, you know, take a walk in the around the block and stuff like that. We're climbing Mount Everest, bro. We're taking the long route. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're doing it all by ourselves. We're not getting a trainer. We're not getting a guide. We're doing this ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're learning how on the actual road,
on the fly.
Yeah,
and shit,
on the
you know
fly
what I mean?
and shit. So you know, I mean, just like me when I was coming up, I had to figure out how am I going to bring my equipment to the house. You know what I'm saying? Like you were trying. I gotta get this done in a certain way so I can make money. You know what I mean? I need to start income. You know what I mean? So I feel you, man. That determination, the resiliency got you through that, man. And I don't know after that 5 minutes what you felt like, but I hope it was like gas. You just felt like I just gotta keep going.
You know what really pushed me, dog, is that after that 5 minutes, it got easier to do, right? I started moving faster.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I'm like a third done in that first day.
Cool.
So it was because of that 5 minutes, dog, that I kind of took back and sat down up there, and I was like, kind of like, yo, it was at the same time a tear of like, fuck, man, like I'm frustrated, I'm tired, I'm fucking like, I should have done this before, I should have hired somebody. But at the same time, it was a tear of happiness because I'm like, yo, I'm getting this shit done. Like it's gonna look way fucking better, and it's just gonna bring more value to the studio. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
I feel that, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it was a good experience, man.
Hell yeah. So yeah, just so y'all, if you want to have your own shop, you want to have your own business, you got to put in your own work, man. You can't just be hiring people to do every single job. You cannot. You just go broke, and then you know, just put yourself behind the gun before you open the doors. You know
and that's what you know. What I mean? That's what to me, it's like if you have the money to do that, go ahead and do it. But at the same time, they're probably invested up. You know what I mean? Have some sort of backing or somebody's.
That's sure.
So it's easy to say, get it done, hire somebody.
Yeah, and you know what, Vic, I don't know if you've already looked into like small business association or anything like that, but you as a business owner, entrepreneur, you have a history of sales of your profession. Just walk into there, or even go to SBA.gov, and you'll see what kind of a loan you can get, or even a grant or something like that to start something like that in your community.
That's true. Yeah,
you know
I have looked into that, but what I want to accomplish this little one by myself,
right?
And then that second one that's coming.
Mad props, dude. Mad props.
Do that. You know what I mean?
Mad props, because me neither. I know it's there for me, but like I have this certain momentum that I'm just gonna keep riding before I have to take a loan. You know what I'm saying? Like I did take out it.
I don't want to just jump on it.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. You know? Yeah. I did take that loan out of my 401k, but like I paid it back
money
already.
You had.
Yeah, and then I paid it back already. So it's like now it's just completely on me. The business is on me and stuff like that. So so you got through your week. I mean, that was Wednesday.
I got through that was last week, dog. So I know last weekend, man. You might have seen I was a little off, and honestly. That was literally.
I didn't see that, honestly.
That was literally the weekend after I got done.
Okay.
So last Tuesday, I felt like myself, just kind of fell off in the podcast because I was drained, dog. I was literally just like inside out, bro. You know what I mean? People were telling me that day, like, yo, you look fucking tired, man. I'm like, I am, man. So I was done. Now I had the the week to not even rest up, just be on the regular schedule, cutting hair and shit like that. So the week was a little easier this last week, you know what I mean? So
it got better. It got better then as it went.
It got better as it went. Now, I'm looking up at the ceiling like, hell yeah. But it's funny to say because people walk in and they're like, it smells like paint here. And I'm like, look up and they're like, oh shit, like why'd you get it done or whatever, you know what I mean?
Making it look fresh, making it look clean, making it look, badass. It's little by little, man. That place is getting better and better. It really,
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I posted a video, but I'll just keep posting it, and you should post more videos.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? I'm super
packed. You're
perfectionist when it comes to that. I want to.
Yeah, you want it to be pristine.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm super in my head about that shit, man. But we're getting there, dog. We're getting there.
Yeah, I kind of had a similar situation on Friday night, man. So I have I wouldn't say my VIP client that has me basically 5 days a week. He wanted me to do a dinner for his poker night.
Ooh,
and yeah, exactly. So it was turned into about 11 gentlemen, and we put a menu together of like a sea tower, some appetizers. Did a 2-course like starter, which was the tower and the appetizers to start, and then we did a stuffed lobster and then a paella with all kinds of seafood, octopus, mussels, shrimp, all kinds of stuff.
11 people.
11 people, yeah, exactly. And then
all by yourself though.
Yeah, by myself. Yeah, basically. I mean, the personal assistant, she was there to help. You know what I mean? But I had told her like, I got this. You know what I mean? Like, oh, 11 people, no problem. And I've done that before. Like, honestly, like. But the thing, I think what changed this one was, I always get pressure when it's a VIP client. I put too much pressure on myself, which is, me being a perfectionist, that happens, I guess. But what happened as far as this party, like, I was like, you know what? I can do that. I can do the C-Tower. I've never done it before. I can do the C-Tower.
Yeah.
And then I did some appetizers that I've done before, like ceviche, crab cakes, gazpacho, you know what I'm saying? So I got that. The C-Tower was something that was different, but I was like, it's just,
Build
it's
it
easy.
up.
I got this, you know what I'm saying? But in retrospect, the whole building of fresh seafood on ice is timing, you know what I mean? So it's got to be like, boom, you guys ready? Boom, this got to go up. All right, boom, and then drop the
It
appetizers.
can't be built and then left out.
No, it can't be. It's on ice, it'll melt. So like, it was so much to think about. Let me tell you, this is one of the hardest dinners that I ever did in my life. And I didn't even walk into it thinking like, oh, this is going to be hard. I just knew I wanted to be quality. I was like, this is going to be such a nice dinner. The picture's going to be great. Like, I can't wait to get this done for the doctor. You know what I'm saying? My way of doing things is kind of weird, but I know the way that my process, right? So all week, I really didn't do much toward the dinner except for write the menu. The day of, which would be, let's say 24 hours before, I started thinking about it more. I had everything done. All my other shit is done.
You're going through it.
But
You're
now my brain is like, okay, how am I going to make the crab cakes? What am I going to put in? Paella. Like, let's YouTube it and see how Gordon Ramsay makes it, how Alton Brown makes it.
Sure, okay.
And that way I can see, what my style I'm going to bring and how much, saffron, to get that flavor. My mind is just turning like a fucking churn. And then, you know what I mean? Days go, I'm starting to write down all my information, my process. I have a paper that I put down like exactly what I'm going to do that day. Right. So like, I'm ready, I'm set, and I called, do we have all the inventory? Cool. And then, let me go to the grocery store, get my garnish, get my, special ingredients. Cool. I'm on my flow. Everything's good. But honestly, like I got there probably 5 hours before to start and I needed 8.
Whoa.
So yeah, this was really, really hectic. I from start to finish, I was just like putting everything together and I just kept looking at the clock like, damn, it's no
You're
time.
3 hours
like,
behind.
Oh my
You were
God.
3 hours behind.
Yeah, I just kept looking like, wow, there's no time. Like this though. And then, some people would offer help and I'd be like, yeah, please. And then they disappear and I'd be like, oh shit, okay, it's on me. I got this. And I kept looking at myself like, no, it's on me. Like I wanted to get mad. Like seriously, my ego was like, you know what?
Frustrated.
I was
frustrated.
But like I pulled myself down. I just pulled myself down. I was like, nah, I got this. 1000% I got this. You know what I mean? I got that. I don't got that. Took that off the menu. Took the crab cakes off the menu because I couldn't fry them. I had the mix, but I couldn't fry them up. Boom. So I took it off the menu and just didn't look back. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking about, okay, get that seafood tower. I need to get ice. I remember this is the part where I was like, I need to focus because I grabbed the ice, I opened it up and I started pouring the ice on the tower and then they started falling off the table and people were watching me, bro. So I was like, dude, in your moment, I was like, dude,
slow down a little bit. I have to tell myself that shit
focus,
too, man.
Yeah, focus. And I was like, you know what, let me give myself a second too. I put the ice down. I walked outside, got some fresh air. I was like, you know what, this is on me. And if I fuck up, it's on me. If I fucking fall, it's on me. You know what I mean? So let me do my best to just put the best product out I can. Redid my apron and I went back in and I was like, boom, all right, put that ice in. I got a little scoop and I made it perfect. And I got the crab and I set it up. I put the lobster, put all my stuff out. Doctor, you know what? You guys can ready to eat. Boom. So once he eats, that's like first part out of I'm like, done. Okay, all I got to worry about stuffed lobster, paella, and the dessert. Dessert I already had made, bro. I was like, cool. I'm perfect right now. I'm ready. So
you're getting it done.
Yeah, I'm getting it done, bro. Everything worked out. After that point, it was just like, boom, stuffed lobster, plated it. The bartender came, helped me serve it. We fucking served everybody. Paella, I'm cooking it. I'm like, damn, I never made this much paella in my life. I'm like, is it done? I grabbed a big scoopful and I tasted it. I was like, it's on point. You could use a little bit more saffron, but boom, this is on point. I started putting everything on there. I put the octopus on top. Shout out Lola Rose and the chefs over there. They gave me the recipe for that octopus. It came out phenomenal. So I put that right on top and it was beautiful. The color was orange, red, black. green, purple from the octopus. It was beautiful. A green from my garnish. Like it was beautiful. And I put it down. They ate it. Everything came out good. And then I walked outside and I was like, done. Like I did like victory. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain how you feel after that. Other than like you after you were done when you looked at the third that you had done, you're like, I did this. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this done. I made it through that.
And maybe not even yet because I wasn't done. I didn't feel like how you felt at that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, my heart was beating 1,000 miles an hour, man. I was just like that's that rush. That's that drugs that a chef wants and feels, bro. Because I was like, was it like the best 1,000 product that I could do? No, but at that moment, yes, it was the best 1,000 product that I could put out.
With the situation, with the amount of people.
Yeah, exactly.
The help.
Yeah, I mean.
The lack of help.
Yeah, and we always learn from these situations too, you know what I'm saying? So like if that happens again, I'm gonna take, maybe not just 24 hours, but the day before to get my menu and my mind in order for something so special and so big from me. There's some things that I take back from it for sure. Maybe not make some menu so big. You know what I mean? Like because I think
that's what I was gonna ask you. You think you take on too much?
I think so, but the thing is like I don't know my boundaries sometimes, and I'm like in my mind I can get it done, but in the moment, I think you gotta just realize like. It might be better to keep things a little bit simple and flare out. You know what I mean? And make
that shit.
Yeah, because
1,000%.
Yeah, as an artist, you know what I mean? Like there's so many steps. Like even like wiping the plate rim, and making sure the colors are all, schemed correctly, like balanced and food portion. There's so many things that think about. So like it's you want to give the customer everything they want in their head.
Exactly.
But you just got to kind of bring it back and let them know like, for me, my capabilities, this is what I can do. And sometimes they might be like, well, I'm going to go with you and next time I'm going to go to this guy. But have confidence that, you know what, that guy is not going to do what you can do. And then maybe they can, and that customer finds who they need. But in your confidence level, just be proud of yourself and what you can do. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Basic bottom line, dude, straight up. Otherwise, you're going to kill yourself with all these, thoughts and things that you think about, you know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, for sure. Or assumptions that you make and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about that later also.
I definitely feel that shit, man, because like, as a dog, like I just use like the trap to fucking fuel my motivation for cutting hair. I feel like every cut's a serve, a play. Sure. Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, boom. And obviously when you're out in the street trapping, you want to make as much money in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? As a luxury,
flip it as quick as possible.
As quick as possible, so you can go back.
Yeah, exactly.
But as a barber, we only allotted so many hours to hook up a person. So it's usually an hour an appointment. Mm-hmm. But dog, it's like some people don't understand that. Like, I need more sometimes, an hour 30. Mm-hmm. Shit. So I tell people all the time, like, man, I could cut you up for days, dog, because it's like I'm meticulous with it. You know what I mean? So I do have those days where I'm like,
real quick, y'all. This fool did this in 45 minutes, real quick.
Jeez. I think it was like 35. Really.
It was like 41 or something like that.
But I set up these days where it's like 12, 14 people. That's like 14, 15 hours, dog. Because and then you got to think about if somebody late, am I running behind?
Do you eat lunch, dog?
Oh, bro, I'm dog. Honestly, man. I'll go 14 hours without leaving my post, dog.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like that's part of being a grinder, man. Like it's not like, oh, let me slow down and have lunch, let me take my hour break and stuff like that. When you're an entrepreneur, man, like that's secondary, man.
I'll eat when I'm done.
Yeah,
bro. You know what I mean? So I could eat comfortably, so I could eat like, yo, I fucking deserve this shit.
Yeah, and that's not like advice we're trying to give.
Yeah, at all. That's just me because honestly,
it's just how you feel. In the moment, I'm letting you know how I feel. Like when I'm like working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm not like, and this is like cooking or being at people's houses. I'm not thinking about like, oh, let me sit down and eat. Can I take a break? I'm not thinking about that. I don't want to even go down that direction. I'm like, I'll eat a huge dinner tonight because I'm working so hard. That's what I think about.
Keep
really.
the pace. I like keeping the pace, man.
Yeah, for sure. Momentum.
Exactly, the momentum, dog. And even like sometimes like my girl will bring me something to eat and she's like, hey, you have to eat, and I'll
that's
fucking
love right
like
there. That's love.
I'll leave it there and I'll show up with the bag and she's like, you didn't fucking eat. I'm like, eat.
Yeah, that's love though, man. That's cool, man. That's
bro,
cool, man. That's badass.
But at the same time, I'm like, I'd rather not. Mm-hmm. I'd rather not, bro.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Because it's like even when you're eating, you're thinking about like, damn, I could be doing this. I should be doing that.
That's a $50 hour, dog.
Yeah, right. Ooh, damn.
I don't want to put it like that, but it's a $50 hour.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, straight up. And a client that potentially wanted to book for you, you know what I mean, and might you know what I mean, move somewhere, go somewhere
Exactly.
else. So yeah, I feel you 1,000%. It's always fill that schedule as much as possible. And in fact, I just signed one more client this week for Tuesday after the podcast.
Yo.
Now every week, yeah. So I'm getting closer and closer to leaving Costco, man. It's just right there.
That's
It's
the
right
dream,
there.
bro.
Yeah,
That's the dream.
It's right there.
I want to ask you that, man. Like,
What's up?
you don't be like scared to bring up Costco and shit like that?
What do you mean?
Like, because like the plan is to leave.
Yeah. I'm just keeping it real. Like, they know. I mean, if they don't know, that's pretty naive. I mean, I'm not working to stay at Costco. You know what I'm saying?
But like, we've talked about the whole corporate world.
Right.
People that are high up in that.
So far, what happened is like, when I was like that intimidating, like kind of asshole, like, you know, Joe Cool type of dude, they didn't care about me. They weren't trying to help me out. They weren't trying to like, hey, you know, you going through something? Like, can we help you? It was more when I was changed and I was like, you know what, I'm, you know, kind of a more of a kind atmosphere. I don't really make waves. I try to, like, you know, be nice to the managers and, you know, do my best and stuff like that. Well, now when I'm like, you know what, I have my whole February booked and I need to know like what my options are. Oh, you know what, Clayton, this is what you can do. Boom, boom, boom. So it's like a give and take, right? So before I was taking and now I'm giving. So now they're giving back. So they help me out with my schedule, actually. So that's what I can say for Costco.
Cool.
And then there's employees that, how did you get that? What did you do? Motherfucker, I'm just talking to the managers and letting them know my situation and how they can help. I'm not saying I need this done because this is what I'm my kids or nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Yeah. I'm not telling them like I have a situation medically. I'm not doing nothing like that. I'm just saying
being 100.
Being 1,000% with them. And just like when I was in the bakery, like I told them, this guy is faking jacks on me. I've known him for 10 years. This manager is faking jacks on me. They're like, well, let's move departments for you. Boom, easy as 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people that too, but they don't believe me. They think that, you know, I get special privileges. I don't care. Costco's a whole nother entity. And let me tell you right now, they know that I'm trying to leave, right? But they're still trying to help me. They're like, you know what, like you're Clay, you're falling off. You were late. You know what I mean? Like, is this a problem? You know what I mean? Let us know. I'm like, no, it's not a problem. I'll make sure and get it done. You know what I mean? Like, and then I fix the situation and stuff like that.
True.
So I got no complaints, honestly, as far as that. It's the atmosphere, the politics, the bureaucracy, and stuff like that. And I'm not with that no more. I'm just going in, clocking in, doing my thing, and I take off.
After you leave, it don't matter.
Don't matter, dog. Don't matter whatsoever. I love it.
Because I've wondered that shit. Because like, you know, I can't speak from experience because I haven't been in that situation.
Yeah.
But I have been in a situation where you leave and then you just cut off.
Cut off for what?
Like, you leave a certain job and then no one from there, because you don't work there no more, you're just like, oh, okay, whatever. And then there's no support. There's no type of like...
Yeah. But I mean, in any job, you are a number in a way. But that's what I'm talking about, like that give and take. So a lot of people think like, oh, I work hard for you, so like they should treat me this way. And that's just a bad way of thinking of things. Like, that's entitlement and assumptions and stuff like that. So it's better to just work hard, period, right? And you're not getting the respect, move on to the next job. Like, you'll find somebody that respects you and that needs you. And it's going to be an entrepreneur. It's going to be a small business, honestly, because they're looking for those people that want to work hard, come clock in and be consistent. Whereas corporate, they're like, they just want people, warm bodies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
feel that,
especially
dog.
like you worked at GE with what's it called, call centers?
Yeah.
They just want warm bodies, people answering phones, you know what I mean? Because they got, you know, they're not worried about who you are, your personality, your problems at home, nothing like that. Yeah,
that's
so
true.
Just, like, my advice, honestly, like, because I feel that from people, like, they're not happy with their job and they work so hard and stuff like that. Keep working hard. Don't sacrifice your own integrity. Like, move on to another job. Look for another job. You know, there are people out there that are willing to hire. Like me personally, I would love to hire another chef that's dedicated to their craft, dedicated to customer service, dedicated to helping me grow. You know what I'm saying? Not forever.
It's hard to fucking find that person, dog. It's hard to find that person.
Yeah, I guess shout out your boy William Fades. He looks like he's got a good head on his shoulders,
Bro,
man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dog.
Yeah.
All right, since I started the shop, and you know what I mean, I've had some barbers work with me there,
right?
And dog, it's been, you know, super bad experiences, bro. Super bad experiences. And with Will, dog, it's just he sees a vision. He's kind of like, all right, let's get it done. You know what I mean? So when it came down to doing all the projects and shit like that, he had to take some time off of work. You know what I mean? So that was more pressure on me because now I'm responsible for this motherfucker, dog.
Bet.
I'm responsible for how much money he gets. You know what I mean? I try to help him out as much as I can. I the other day, I got a new client on IG. I couldn't take care of him. I shot him to William. A lot of people are not going to do that. That's what separates me in this game is that I'm gonna fucking try to help you. I'm gonna try to put you on. If you with the team, bro, there's nothing I won't do for you.
Right, bet.
Within limits, you know what I mean? And it's hard to fucking get that person, dog. It's hard to get that genuine person that you got, that you don't have to explain the simple principles. You know what I mean? This world's kind of fucked up right now, bro.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think it is? Is it like, I think just like we were talking about when we were in their 20s, it's the drinking, but it's like the freedom, the drinking, and then the party atmosphere.
I just think
like that's like the lure, right?
I feel like it's like an entitlement, bro.
Entitlement of what though? Like
I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna look.
Okay, because Gary Vee was talking about this. So he was saying for millennials, like we put down millennials, and he's basically saying like, why would I go to a 9-to-5 job and earn 40, 50K when I could sit at home, be a YouTuber, or and make 60K? So that's the whole logic of the whole the work ethic. I think. But I get it. I feel
like it's like the day they decide to do something. They want to be at the top at it.
But I mean, I can tell you for one thing, like for instance, like that's naivety. Like when I got out of culinary school, everybody, you know, like, I'm a chef. Like who's going to hire me? I can't wait to work in this fucking fancy ass kitchen, right?
Yeah.
But you realize quick that that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think what happens is that there's no repercussions. You know what I mean? Like they're able to go back to mommy's house and chill and still like be able to go party and hang out and stuff like that. I know me personally, that I was living with grandma and I'm living with my alcohol, like in a bad situation with my mom and stuff like that. So I wanted to get out. Like I was doing everything I could to work and hustle and save money to get out. I don't know if people feel that struggle. And that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes I even see my family, like, you know, I'm like, you know, you're enabling this person to be that way, you know, and it's hard to tell people that you're enabling them to be this way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, if you let them struggle and give them, you know, like kick them out or whatever the case may be, they'll feel it. And then they'll, you know, and then, you know, people think about like that's what happens. There's always repercussions to what happens, right? So let's say you have a kid and he's acting up and he just really is not responsible. You kick him out of the house, right? There's two things that can happen. One, he could realize his, you know, mishaps and come back and be like, you know, I apologize. Let me either stay for 6 months. I have a plan to work and I want to do this, that, and the other. Or, you know, he could get his own place and then that thing happen. He could just forget about you and then write you off because you kicked him out, right? But I mean, what is the actual ultimate goal though? Is to give this person freedom though, is to make him learn how to be in the world in life. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I mean, sometimes it's like, are they though?
Are they what?
Learning?
Dude, I wish.
Check this though. I got this crazy story, bro. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, it's all good.
So, I was a little. There's been times where, like I said, dog, I'm month to month, and I'm desperate sometimes. You know what I mean? So I was like desperate to get a barber in because I needed help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain seasons slow down for the barber. I don't know what the fuck, but I was a little slow. You know, I'm doing everything by myself, trying to do projects, trying to, you know, keep my momentum going at the same time too. So I hired this barber, right? I've known him for a while. I've known him since he was a kid. I put him on to game, right? So I reached out to him, like, yo, dog, you know what I mean? Be dope, da, da, da. He says, all right, yeah, man, I'm down to work with you, but I'm trying to do like the DJ thing. I'm trying to be a DJ.
Right.
Like, cool. Actually, let me contact my boy that owns a bar and let me try to plug you in. Plug him in. And he's like, yo, most definitely now I'm for sure down to work with you, dog. So he starts working with me or whatever. And as we're working for that first week, you know, he's like, yo, man, like, what do you think about throwing like pop-ups and stuff at the studio? And to me, a pop-up is like, yo, we get together like on a Sunday when no one's working. We have vendors come out, you know, maybe a showcase, some food trucks. Yo, pop up, we're having this event.
Yeah.
Where it's like on paper at a certain time, at a certain date.
Yeah.
Okay. So every time he would ask me like, yo, I want to do a pop-up. And I'd be like, yeah, well, let's plan it out. And he would never give me no concrete information.
Right.
So I'm thinking, okay, eventually we'll have something, you know?
Plan it, yeah.
So come Friday, he's like, yo, man, is it cool if I bring my DJ stuff over here to the shop and practice?
Oh, okay.
I'm like, look, dog, I'm not born yesterday. How many people are you going to have over? No more than 10, 12. I'm like, my instinct was saying no. And I should have listened to that.
Yeah.
But because I was in a desperate situation, and he read that.
Right.
I said, all right, dog, cool. But I don't want to come in tomorrow with some bullshit. Vic, I'll never do anything that I wouldn't do in front of your face.
Jeez.
Okay, cool. Bet. That's the word of a solid man right there.
Should be.
Should be. So I go home. This is Friday night. I go home. I'm nervous, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's my baby, dog. Like, other business owners might be like, wow, well, why, da, da, da. You know, and be like, nah, dog. Like, this is all I got right now. You know what I mean? So I'm nervous. I got to get up Saturday morning early. So I'm like closing out, you know what I mean? On Instagram in bed, like at 9:30, like an old man and shit, you know? Instagram story. First story he posts up is like, it's him and he has a couple people in the shop. There's some chips on the table, a couple pizza boxes. I'm like, yo, this is cute, man. This is dope.
Yeah,
That's cool. Hell yeah. I go to sleep. Wake up the next day and there's unlimited stories on his feed.
Yeah.
And it's just like progressing. 15 people, 18 people, 2 pong tables out. A DJ actually spinning in that motherfucker. It's not even him. Beer out and shit like that, which I don't care, dog. You know what I mean? If it was in a controlled environment.
Right.
Last story is like him leaving the shop at 7 a.m. I pull up right after he leaves.
Yeah.
I walk in, dog, and it smells like a fucking bar. Like
fucking
beer on the floor, dog. Pong table still out. Pong balls everywhere and trash. And I'm like, yo.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that got me fucked up, was that I literally gave this dude a piece of my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not to sound like soft or whatever, but you were in my home.
Yeah.
And you had the audacity, dog, the balls, knowing that I put you on in a way.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah.
And then when I confront him about it, I still come passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, yo, because I'm a boss now. I can't say, yo, if, you know what I mean? Get your shit, get the fuck out, which I really wanted to say.
Yeah.
But I said, look, dog, I want you on the team, but just know we're not going to have that no more. He hits me back with well, that's what a pop-up is.
Nah.
Bro, if you can't support my dream, then I can't support you. You don't believe in me just like everybody else. And I'm like, yo, this is coming from a deep place. Like, you got some issues you got to handle.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why are you projecting that on me, fam?
Many reasons, dude. Many reasons. Well, he fucked up for one.
Bro, I you know what I mean? I wish him nothing but the best, dog.
Yeah.
I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's the scary part about. That's why I do what I do alone, dog.
Because you don't trust nobody.
I don't trust nobody, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So going back to Will, seeing that complete opposite person, that gives me hope. That gives me a sense of like, yo, there is good people out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Does that change you in a way though? Because like I used to tell people that, you know, or I used to feel like people have to earn respect. But I kind of changed it, and I start with respect. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as you meet me, and as soon as you know, it's respect, and then you can do things to fuck it up, and then lose respect.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's where I have a hard time, bro, because everybody's always told me like, yo, you trust too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's definitely one of the things that. No more, fam. You know what I mean? I can't.
I can relate. I have trust issues for many reasons. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to hire. Number one, because I built this, right? And number two, like, it's quality driven, customer service driven, and I just don't trust anybody to bring it in that same sense. So when I've hired people, it's fun to watch people like serve. And like, I had I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast, but a Christmas dinner where I had 2 helpers. My buddy Mike and then Chef Chase, man, we were rocking it out. It was cool to work like that. But I don't know why I never hired him again, dude. You know what I mean? Like, they worked great. Chef Chase was a great chef. I think something happened where he got a job, so I couldn't hire him again. But I never hired Mike again, and he ended up getting another job. But it's like, it's almost too good to be true. Like, it's like, wow, that happened. I don't know if it's gonna happen again, or what if me and Mike like end up not. Being cool, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it myself. And I just, you know what I mean? Like, it's so much layers to that trust.
And I'd be the same way too, because I'm like, when he's gonna get too comfortable.
Yeah, is that in the back of your mind? Maybe
that's in the back of my mind with anybody.
Is that good or is that bad?
It just depends on how you move, dog. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta
true. You gotta always keep your eyes open.
Man.
Yeah,
so
straight up.
When this boy came in, the DJ came in, I was like real like, yo, what's up, boy? Da, da, da. Good to see you, dog. Yo, this is your state. Treating him like, spoiling him kind of.
Yeah.
I'm happy he's there.
Yeah,
I was happy he's there.
Good.
And now when I try to go about, getting someone in the shop, I'm more like, yo, dog, this is your station. These are the rules. Mm-hmm. If you have anything, I'm right here. Yeah. I might not open up to you right away because of that situation.
Yeah, that's just part of being an owner. Yeah,
that's the way you gotta play it now.
That's on point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even that, dog, I have no animosity towards this kid, and that was a lesson. Thank you for that, bro.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. That shit was to me, it was probably one of the foulest things that someone's ever done to me, dog.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just saying like, yo, I learned that off that shit. Thank you. Yeah. That's a good lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we have to go through those lessons, man. I mean,
no doubt.
I've hired a family, bro. I've had a family to come work for me, dog. Yeah. And like my brother worked, he was a hard worker. We had indifferences and wasn't even about the job. But one time I hired family and
family and business is always tough, dog.
One time I hired, and I do my shit right in front of people, man. So I hired somebody and they came drunk, man. Not only drunk, but like so drunk they couldn't even serve a drink. It was bad. So I remember looking at him like, hey man, you're good, man. Just go to the car and like sleep it off, man. You're good. But like in my mind, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, man.
For you to keep your cool, dog. You know what I mean?
I had to, man. I had to. And these people are looking at us, and I'm like, just go to the car, man. It's all good. Yeah. Man, that was
tap
rough.
Him on the back,
yeah,
but my shit is like 3 years ago, bro. Mm-hmm. That would have not played out like that, man. Yeah, it would have not played out like that. You know what I mean? So I'm truly grateful to
that you went
learn
through that.
To learn that controlling my emotions. Mm-hmm. I'm still learning.
Yeah,
but bro, it's like. You cannot fucking see your visions and your principles and your morals on somebody else off the rip. You know what I mean? And I think as a business owner or even just as a regular person, some of you guys might be out there fucking around with some shady ass dudes, and you got to open your eyes and realize that shit. Like, do you want to be a part of these people? Like, look around you, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and just what made me think is that maybe we should research more on being like, I don't know, human resources, but our business owners and hiring and stuff like that. Because I don't know, maybe we should just hire. This is my thinking right now, but maybe we should just hire skills like you said. And then or what do you hire? The personality?
I hire work ethic, dog.
Work ethic.
Like if you
how do you know work ethic though when you hire them?
I could see them. I could see it right off the top, dog. Like I might say
the
something
way they present themselves.
Or I might say something that's kind of out of pocket. Like, yo, dog, you might come in tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
and helping me out. If they're like, that's kind of early.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you know what? Don't worry about it. But I already know that dude.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah,
I'm
gonna still probably keep you in the shop, but I cannot trust you with certain shit.
That's cool. Because I think me as where I'm at as a business owner, I need to just hire and not worry so much about, is this person gonna bring the quality? Is this person gonna do this and
that? But that's the thing, like, to me, bro, is like you have to know an artist too. Because what you're doing is artistry, right? So you have, as an artist, I feel like we're more people. Right. Like we gotta see you. I have to know you.
You're right, but let's say your shop is Drip Studio. My business is Keeping It PC. How much of that is art, and how much of that is business, percentage-wise? What would you say?
I say, let me put it to you like this, dog.
Or is it 100% of both? I mean, I don't know how you see it. What?
It's like. Because when you do your thing, bro, you are on another. I feel like you're on another scale than me. You know what I mean? And hear me out.
Different world.
Hear me out. Yeah, different world. Yeah. But it's higher. I think to me, like, I see you like upper echelon type dude. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. I try, man. But yeah, I mean, that's a big compliment.
I see the clients you handle are upper echelon too.
Right.
So I'm visioning like a millionaire when he buys a piece of art. Right?
Damn.
It's 100% art.
Yeah.
But there's a business to it.
Yeah.
Because how much is this art valued at? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're an artist, though. Yeah. That's why I think kind of like when we're navigating through this journey, it's a little tougher for us because we can't see the business side of it. We're artists.
Yes, dude.
I like to create.
That's so fucking poignant, man. That's so fucking poignant of you to bring that out, because that's why it's so hard for me to change my prices, bro. It's like, I wish I didn't have to worry about that. Like, I'm cooking for these people. Like, I'm happy. Like, what the fuck am I going to worry about that shit for?
A lot of artists get taken advantage of.
True. That's right. And that's the, what is that? The objective view that we need in our lives. True. Yeah, that's definitely... Because we're subjective to all these things. We're like, I love it. You know what I mean? You fade all day. You're like, fuck, these fools are flexing on, you know what I mean? My fades. I love this shit. You know what I mean? It makes you good. It makes you feel happy. But we need to get paid for our value that we're creating.
Man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yo, I couldn't put it in a more perfect way, dog. Yeah. And that's what's like. I think I'm 100% artist, dog. 100% creator.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too, man. And I don't give myself enough credit sometimes because, the reason that I give so much stress and my heart's pounding 1,000 miles an hour is because I want that each plate to be so flavorful and so beautiful and like phenomenal. And so, yeah. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, dog. For sure.
We want to be able to hire somebody that can handle that kind of pressure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Yeah. Definitely. That's fucking good advice too, bro. Yo. I like how you think, Vic. I'm
trying, dog. I try to think outside the box. You feel me?
Do. No, you do, man. Because like, I have like a technical way, and sometimes like meditation, but like you always just come with these fucking boom, this different angle, man. I love it, dog.
I'm like, you know what it is like? It's like the meditation. It's just a piece of it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like a lot of it's the action too, you know?
Yeah, true. I think I hold on to meditation because it's the only thing that separates me from the old clay, to tell you the truth. Because like I could tell you, like, the old clay was like, meditation, man, I got time for that. Or, you know what I mean? Like, who can settle down and think about one thing? But once I did settle down and was able to like think singularly and try to like investigate through books, like, I like myself better, dog. I like who I am. I talk better. I'm friendlier. You know, people want to talk to me more. So I like this person better. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I talk about meditation so much and like motivation, it's just because there was a certain point in my life that just separates the old clay to the new clay. You know what
I feel you on that shit, dog. I cannot. That shit hit my heart, bro. For real. That shit hit my heart, man.
I'll tell you that I brought this book with me today so we can talk about it. Basically, like, meditation is one thing, but this book's called The Four Agreements, and I talked about it in the podcast before. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz. And it's a practical guide to personal freedom, right? So it's not meditation per se, but it's just personal freedom. What is your own freedom? Like, sometimes you have a bad day, right? And something happened. You don't know what it is per se. I'll go back and read it. It's, if I can't figure it out, I'll go back and read it. This is a little summary of each agreement, all right? So, and I'll let you know. So the first one is be impeccable with your word, right? Be impeccable with the word means like speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love, right? So all day long, was I in that mode? Was I doing that? You know what I mean? Was I speaking with integrity, or was I trying to lie? Was I trying to manipulate somebody in some way and stuff like that? So you gotta look within sometimes. You know what I mean? And I won't read everything, but these are the four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. And what makes the always do your best different is your best is going to change from moment to moment. True. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. So I definitely implore anybody to pick up that book and read it. It'll help you seriously with like just your daily.
You gotta change
how you feel.
It's the mind, bro. And it's like, it's kind of like what I took from that was like the power of the tongue.
Yeah, it really is.
If you keep telling, like, you can't speak bad on yourself either. I'm a fucking dumbass.
Idiot, why did I do that? Yeah,
you know what I mean. You cannot, bro. And I think like the way that we were raised and our backgrounds and shit like that, we're so used to being heard that, and even like. I talk about this shit all the time. Like, you know, Hispanic families have a fucked up way of giving you nicknames. Did you come up with that shit?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like
gordo,
gordito, gordo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or even flaco.
Or like, you know what I mean? Certain ways, and it kind of sticks with you. And shit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it sticks with you.
The whole family calls you your whole life. Yeah,
you can't shake that shit, man. You know what I mean? So you're always thinking that. You know what I mean? It's crazy how certain instances you can go back on and kind of trace those instances where like, oh shit, that's why I fucking can't that's why I feel this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I am.
yeah.
I say I'm a dumbass because like shit. Maybe as a kid, my mom was calling me a dumbass or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well,
Something like that.
that's true. Honestly, like, yeah, I can picture, you know, your parents or somebody like, what are you, an idiot? Like, why did you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Pinche pendejo.
Pinche
Like,
pendejo.
see, you
Yeah,
know
like,
what I mean? Yeah.
And then when you say pendejo, your grandma's like, what the hell did you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you ever say that. You're like, wait, but my dad calls me that every day. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Wait,
for sure.
Shit. But I mean, but it's okay to like look in retrospect, like, man, I made a mistake. But I mean, it's also human to say, fuck, I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, especially like, you know, I mean, I can think of certain situations this week, you know, that like, I was like, why did I do that? The reason you do it is because you want the best. Like, I know, like, for instance, that party when I put the menu so big, I was like, yeah, I want the best. You know what I mean? It's going to be great. You know what I mean?
Trying to show out.
In a way, yeah, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But like, just got to put things in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I feel like I've been doing the same shit too, dog, because like if I have a busy day, like 10, 12 clients, you know what I mean? Plus,
yeah.
the night before, I'm thinking, okay, I got this one at 9. He wants a mid fade.
Oh,
da, da, da,
man.
da,
Yeah.
da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking of the cut,
Yeah.
premeditating it. You know what I mean?
I call that good anxiety though, because anxiety is obviously worried about the future, right? And you can't debilitates you, right?
Right.
So, but good anxiety is that when you care so much, bro, you're like, I want to do good. I want to, like me personally, I research recipes. I research how the chefs make it, different chefs make it. You're like, okay, I'm gonna set my day. I've got that mid phase. I make sure that I do it right or whatever. Like last time I did this,
Just going through the motion, really,
Yeah.
kind of like. So once I'm in there, boom, it's just.
Yeah, that's also what I was talking about in the last episode was the space-time meditation. Is like before you even do it in physical world, you're doing it in your mental, and you're going through the motion.
Okay.
So that when
okay.
you do it in the physical, you've already practiced it in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's good anxiety, dude. That's good anxiety.
Yeah, I didn't even know, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't
That's
even
what's
think.
up.
I wouldn't even think about that as bad. Like that's really you care. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, for sure.
I do, man. Because like, especially with us, like, you know, talking about raising our prices and shit like that,
Yeah.
dog. At the end of the day, it's like I want to make sure they have not one doubt that like, damn it, 50 for this. You know how I don't want to. I hate.
That's human though, honestly, because I do that
feeling-
too. I charge them per hour. I'm like, damn, I hope they liked all that food. Or
Because I hate feeling like I got took, or I hate feeling like I got finessed, or you know, sometimes you go to a restaurant and they give you shitty service. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, damn, that was a bad experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
For the dollar. So that's what I try to, you know what I mean? I just try to be fucking on that. And it's hard, dog. It's hard because, you know what I mean? You have outside, stuff going on. And it's that first client, you got to be on, hey, what's up, boy? How you going? Da, 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 da. Going out of your way to make this person feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to be on all the time.
Do you think your clients are honest with you? If you said, hey, man, do you like the fade? I mean, they're coming back. Does that give you validity a little bit?
I'm more than confident, dog. Honestly, like, I don't even give them the mirror. Anybody who knows me, dog, as long as I stop using the mirror.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure in myself.
And then, so me too, I don't taste my food sometimes because I know it's good, dude. You know what I'm
Exactly, dog. Exactly.
It's the way it is. Dog.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's not. I mean, you call it swaggy, whatever, but it's just like you've made it 100 times. Like, you know, I went through all the steps. You know what I mean? I seasoned it correctly. You know what I mean? Like you went through the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah.
And you spent the time. You're like, it's 45 minutes. That's all it takes for me to do my thing. So yeah, I feel you, man, on that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So anything you want to talk about? I wanted to address something about the first podcast about that tattoos. Go back to the first podcast. We were talking about tattoos for a minute. Like, the way the conversation went, we were talking about like pain. Like, oh, is it painful? And then the reason I get tattoos is not about, oh, is it going to be painful? Like, I know it's going to be painful. I'm just like turning a chapter. So the one tattoo I have right here is for my daughter. She, it's a koi fish for Annabelle. Basically, she had I talked about she had pediatric cancer.
Oh,
but
shit.
she beat it, and she's in remission, going on 7 years.
That's what's
so
up.
yeah, so the koi fish, it represents a fish that swims upstream. So my daughter was mad strong to get through cancer. So that's right there. That's the biggest tattoo I have right here is a koi fish. Orange, because orange represents the pink, cancer that she had, and then the fish, obviously, because it's swimming upstream. But shout out Miker, because I probably have like maybe 17 tattoos that he helped me change the page on my life. You know what I mean?
That's
So
dope.
like, yeah, instead of like dwelling on things, I mean, I'm just turning the chapter. Like, okay, that's over. Boom, changed change the chapter. I could talk about another tattoo I have is the lion tattoo. Basically, that's that kindness. When I changed, basically sat down the lion, and I'm able to be ferocious. It's in me, you know what I mean? But I just doused that flame, and I've gotten nothing but good out of life. So that's like another chapter in my life that I turned. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back to that chapter.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I could definitely fuck. I fuck with that shit, man. I fuck with the getting that tattoo, and you look at it, and it's like a certain point in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I fuck with that shit, man.
Absolutely.
It's like when I got my Texas tattoo, dog. I was wilding, bro. I didn't, you know what I mean? I was just representing Texas to the most. I was on like Screw a lot, you know what I mean? Like Paul Wall and shit like that, and Mike Jones. So like, I was proud to be from Texas, you know what I mean?
Texas made,
yeah. So that brings me back to that time. It has no like, it was kind of like a dumb tattoo, I say, but it always takes me back like, yo, you was a wild ass motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean? Like, damn, that shit's from the time then and now. It's kind of like, yo, that's like reflection and shit, man. So I fuck with that, man.
I like when people say though, is it painful? Like, what do you say when people are?
Hell yeah, it's painful, dog. Shit.
Hell yeah, that shit's fucking painful.
And people, you know what I mean? People that say like, yo, I like it and shit like that. I'm like, man, shut up.
Though people who say they're crazy, that's insane.
How do you take it?
That's like cold blooded. Like I don't know what it is. Like because like people told me they fell asleep while they're sitting tattooed.
What were you on, dog?
Yeah, bet. That's a good question. I didn't ask. Yeah,
you on Zanny or Perky or something like that?
Sheesh. Because like I mean that's pain. Like I swear, like I try to zone out. Like I meditate, right? So I'm trying to like. In my mind, like trying to zone out as much as I can.
But you can still feel it though.
Of course you can feel it. Like it's a needle penetrating your skin, bro.
Over and over and over.
Yeah. It's like you're like a cold-blooded creature if you don't feel pain.
Nah, man. Like, I've had one of my boys. He even has like a whole ass neck tat, and I'm like, yo, that shit. I know that shit hurt. He's like, nah, man. Shit, I took it like a G. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit hurt. So you got the tattoo. That's tough enough, dog.
I have one in the back of my ear, and that was the one that had like anxiety. I was like, God, it's gonna hurt. It's right on the skull or whatever. It didn't even hurt. Like it was just you can hear it like tattering on your skull. That was the worst part.
The vibration.
The vibration. That was the worst part. Yeah.
Yo, we live right now. Any questions anybody wants to ask? I know I only got one follower, one tuning in. Do you have a question? Does anybody have a question?
What have you been listening to, dog? What's your music? What do you got riding right now? Young Dolph.
Yeah, of course. He's in there.
I'll be riding Donda album by Kanye. You ever fuck with that? You ever listen to it?
Yeah, I've listened to it. Yeah. You know, I mean, Kanye, he's a great influence on the game, dog. Don't trust on that.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of, you know what I mean? I'd rather checks over stripes. I don't know.
I feel you. I feel you. But the thing is like people are like, oh, I like the old Kanye. You know what I mean? Like, and I get that. I feel that. Like, you can go to Spotify and just download and play old Kanye. It's all good. But the new Kanye, like, he's like different. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole Donda album is like uplifting. You know what I mean? It's like a whole hip hop album with no curse words. You know what I'm saying? Like zero.
It's like gospel.
I mean, you could say that, but like if you listen to Off the Grid, like that's a hip hop song. You know what I'm saying? Like Junior, there's one that like that's called 24 Hours Come to Life. They sound like gospel songs, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's just like uplifting. You know what I mean? So like it's like a mixture of like 60% hip hop and like 40% gospel.
True.
And then the hip hop beats. You know what I'm saying? So it carries, man.
You know what, man? One thing I will say about Kanye is like that documentary he put out on Netflix. Mm-hmm. That shit right there is motivational as fuck, dog. Like he did whatever it took to get what he wanted.
Right.
You know what I mean? No one believed in him, bro. Right. No one believed in him. People shut him off. Little brother, you're a producer. Right. They kind of stuck him in a corner. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he kept on going, and he fucking made it one of the greatest rap influencers ever.
Yeah, I bet. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what would he have been if people saw his vision earlier and put in those hands into that project or into that earlier? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you ever think about that shit about yourself, man? Like,
no, I was trying to think about that in a way too, because like we all have our journey and our path. That would have changed things, and maybe getting it early. I don't know. I'm not sure of Kanye's situation, but me getting it earlier, I kind of have that regret. Like when I was married, why didn't I start the business? You know, but that's a regret. Like you shouldn't really think like that. You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I needed to clear my head to start the business.
I think
you know what I'm
to
saying?
me, what bothers me the most, man, is like how I've said before. You know, I've hit rock bottom numerous times, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm very proud of myself as far as like, because a hustler, dog, a real hustler is gonna hit rock bottom. He's gonna get it all back. And that's the way I've always thought of myself.
For sure. For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's ultimate confidence. For sure.
Yeah. So, like, I that's the only thing that I kind of regret is not doing it, changing my life how I am now, the first rock bottom or the second rock bottom or the third rock bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that kind of I could go back and say, damn, I should have learned my lesson. Because some of the lessons or losses, you know what I mean? It takes for you to fucking lose 4, 5, 6, 7 times for you to be like, all right, man, maybe it's not my game. And this is what we're talking about is like, this is not for the perfect person. You know what I mean? Grind2Hard is not for the perfect person. You know, we don't want the successful millionaire, billionaire. We're not talking to you. You know what I mean? We're talking to real people with real problems.
On the come up or want to start something. Yeah.
People that have hit rock bottom more than one time. And we're giving you motivation to fucking, and showing you that it could be done. It can be done.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, we could talk. We're taking this episode to talk about like the struggles that we've been through too, because like, I mean, I've only hit like the precipice of the things that we've been through, and it's not like we're gonna harp on those things, but it's like I remember in Arizona after I got out of culinary school, right? I got this job. My uncle hooked me up with a great job working at a government facility, great pay, but I just took it for granted. I was working like, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I was working like crazy. I'd get off at 5, party till 2, 3 in the morning, and then go back to work at 7.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was no respect. I would call in as much as I could. I would, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So come to the end of that job, the way it ended was one of the chefs took advantage of me and bought my car from me, right? Like I was hard up for money, right? So he's like, hey, I'll give you $1,500 for your truck. Like, sure. In my mind, I was like, oh, I'll go buy a bike and I'll fucking be straight. I'll just bike it to work and I'll start coming up. I don't have to pay for gas and all this shit. It was the stupidest fucking idea I ever had in my life, bro. I was actually biking probably 10 miles back there and 10 miles back to get to work. You know
like
what I'm saying?
Biking
like biking, like a mountain bike, bro.
Shit.
I thought I was slick. I bought like a $300 or $400 mountain bike, and I was like, I'm be chill. You know what I mean? It'll be fine. That was hard work. That was fucking hard. But I put myself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the last day that I was riding my bike to that job, I was like in tears, man. I was just like, I can't do this shit no more. I can't party. I can't deal with like.
Plus you're hungover.
Plus I'm hungover. Yeah,
most of the time.
I was fucking hungover. Hell yeah, I was hungover. But I'm like, that's another reason that I was so emotional, is because like I had put myself in this deep hole. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have money. I'm biking to work, barely making it on time. I called my dad, and that's the thing. Like you reach out at certain points, and you got to take those moments. But it was. I told my dad, hey, this was what's going on. I'm not feeling it. Life's just not getting at me. And he's like. Luckily, my dad was in this good situation at that point, and he reached out his hand. And he's like, "Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna come pick you up." My dad from South Florida drove all the way to Arizona, picked me up, and put my stuff in a U-Haul, drove me back to Florida. Like,
wow.
Yeah, like, yeah. So I mean, I might, yeah. Me and my dad might have differences, but I always like have respect for him for doing that, because like I just told him straight up, "Hey, man," like he heard it in my voice. Like I was like done. Like this is not going good. This is not going good. That's not going good. And just to give you also perspective, like that's one story that but say like a year before that, my dad had left my mom and moved to Vegas. Saw the nastiest shit that he ever saw. It wasn't like physically, but like worked with some like meth heads and saw the worst of the world, and booked it to Arizona where I was living, going to college. And for a little while, he was living in a park. You know what I mean? Not buying a house or buying an apartment. He was working, but like living in the park. So I'd go visit him.
Like homeless and shit.
Like homeless, yeah. So like I'd go.
What the fuck?
So I'd go visit him like on my time off when I got off work, and like we'd go hang out and chill and whatever. But it wasn't like we partied. We just hang out and just whatever. And it was more. I didn't feel it at that time. Like, damn, this is crazy. I was just like, damn, my dad's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's chill. You know,
not even realizing the situation.
Like, he would go watch me play. Like in that park, I would go play basketball. He'd watch me play basketball, and you know what I mean. Like, so like. boom. So that was a year before that. And then I'm calling him a year later, like, hey, Dad, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this is not working out. So he was like, fuck. Like, he must have been like in his mind, like, damn, you were doing so well. Like, oh man, let me come help you as much as I can. You know what I mean? So this fool drove all the way fucking 2,000 miles, picked me up, 2,000 miles back. And then, you know, things didn't work out for some reason. And I think he was going through something as an entrepreneur too. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And needless to say, we all have to go through those moments. You know what I mean? Like, if my dad wouldn't have picked me up out of that, I don't know where I would be. You know what I mean? Because I was basically alone. I had nobody in Arizona. I had zero. I mean, I had my uncle and aunt, but I just didn't have that reach out to, you know what I mean? Like, hey, come help me. This is what I'm going through. You know what I mean? Because I had already kind of fucked up with them at that point.
You had nowhere to go, really.
I had nowhere to go, man. I seriously had nowhere to go. And even not like couldn't see myself paying rent the next month. I was like, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hook up rent next month. Like, I'm just done. I'm capped out. And my dad was like, no, I got you. This motherfucker drove 2,000 miles to pick me up, man. So, I mean, things happen in your life. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, for sure, dog.
And you know, you just gotta, like, I don't know how to say it, but there was nothing for me to do in that moment other than reach out and say, Dad, this is what's going on. Like, I can't do it no more. You know what I mean? And he was still like helping me. Like, he would send me like $100 here and there. Like, hey, Dad, I need money for my cell bill. Oh, okay, cool. No, he'd send me some money. But when I called him that day, I think he knew like things just were not working out for me. You know what I mean? So like,
it was like in a dangerous situation at that point.
Yeah, it was. So needless to say, like that whole drive back, living with my dad, and then coming back, living with my grandma, it just woke me up, bro. It just woke me up because I was so young and dumb and making bad decisions and not caring about the repercussions. You know what I mean? So just like you met your wife, right? I had met Kim at that moment.
Okay.
And she's my ex-wife, but we had a great marriage for 12 years. You know what I'm saying? And it was more family. I had more of the love that I needed in my life. You know what I mean? So we go through these phases in life. You know what I mean? Like, and embrace all those. You know what I mean? Saying don't regret them. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I should have done this. No, you did that. Mm-hmm. You did that. You know what I mean? And then that's the love that you got. And here you are now today, present. You know what I'm saying? So now all I want to do is give it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I've been through it, but if I was there, if I could find Clay, and I would just be giving him love, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know where I'm at in life, but I want to give love to those people, you know what I'm saying? I see people feeling depressed or anxiety, I'm there, I want to be that lighthouse and help people, you know what I'm saying? And this is what this podcast is for, you know what I'm saying? To show you what I've been through, that hopefully you don't have to go through it, and then you see the blessings in life. And then try to, you know,
we're trying to also, you know, instill resiliency and shit, dog. Like, so we can
stay strong.
This is my shit though. And I talked to you about this earlier.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have certain people in your life that automatically reach out to you,
right? Because
you're a lighthouse, right?
I mean, not automatically, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I
feel like
people,
both of us have those people that they reach out to us because they want some sort of
guidance or like just a light for a minute. Yeah, for sure.
But what do you do when they keep asking for the same guidance? You know what I mean? Like, how much?
I think you gotta not write them off, but it's gotta be a disconnect. There's gotta be for you and your soul, and for them and their soul. You know what I mean? Like, because they have their choices to make in their life. You know what I mean? Like we talk about like something, and then like let's say it was, I don't know, like drugs, right? Where like, and I'm like, hey, don't do drugs because this. Nah. So you choose to do drugs. That means that our conversation was shit. You know what I mean? So me personally, I have to understand, I don't take it personally, but I have to understand that you're choosing that over our conversation and our bond and our try to triumph over this thing. You know what I mean? So
the moment you go left with it, you just pretty much disrespected the sacredness of that conversation. Mm-hmm. What you wanted to have that moment, you fucked it up.
That's my advice, dude, because like I told you, my mom was an alcoholic. So there's numerous of times that I've had to go pick her up in situations where the cops are like, hey man, get your mom out of here. Like, what the fuck? I don't know even how she's standing. I don't know how she's alive right now, but get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm like, yeah, yes, sir, officer, sir. And I'm like, Mom, what the fuck? She's like, get me home. I just know where another bottle's at. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So there's certain times you have to really understand that the energy is not for you, bro. You know what I mean? It's not for you. And when you disconnect, hopefully and pray that disconnect, they feel it. You know what I mean? That the love is still there. They're like, you know what? I need this person in my life. He was only trying to help me. He was only trying to give me good advice. if I need and I want to get good in this life, I need to go back to Vic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if not, that's what they chose though. And then you have to be content with that, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, surrender it to God, like you talked about, man. And I've read about that. You saying it out loud one day was like, damn, that's heavy shit.
You know
Seriously,
what I'm saying?
surrendering shit to God is big, bro.
And the thing is like, I'll give you advice, dog, and I'm gonna be sweet to you. I'm gonna sugarcoat it the first time.
Yeah.
The second time, I'm gonna get in your ass, and I'm gonna.
That's that tough love, dog.
You know, but there is no third time.
Yeah.
Right. Because like after I fucking sugarcoated it and then got in your ass, like what else can I do, dog? You know what I mean? So it's like, it puts me in a position. It's hard, dog, because
you love that person.
I got feelings for these people, bro, and they don't know what they're capable of themselves, bro. I think to me, that's what fucks me up more. That I've been in a dark hole before, dog. You know, I've been in a dark hole, and even having my girl with me by my side, she didn't fully understand. So I did it by myself, dog. You know what I mean? I wasn't, hey, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know that wasn't gonna get me nowhere, dog.
Right,
so what fucks me up is that you want me to fix your problems. But you're not even trying yourself though.
Yeah.
And I know you can do it.
So that's that.
I know you can fucking, you know what I mean?
Get this, bro. You're doing the best you can, though. I see you. I see you. You're doing the best you can, dog. You know what I mean? At your capabilities. Don't beat yourself up, feeling like you can do more.
Right.
Like you're at your capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing what you can. You know what I mean? And certain points you have to like let go. You know what I'm saying? Like give them enough rope for them to like choke themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like they do that on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you. It's anything you're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to do your best, bro.
Right.
I see you though. It bothers you, man. I know. And
it's tough, bro. It's tough because like to me, like as soon as you start talking about, you know, dark shit, while like you don't want to be here and shit like that, dog, you leave me with that responsibility. That's a lot of responsibility to put on somebody. So I'm not saying like if you have problems and if you feel that type of way, yo, get help. Because I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna be the one to do it for you.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I can't do that for you. Yeah. I am no therapist. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, don't put people in the position to where they feel responsible for if something happens to you.
I think that happens, man. I think they love you that much, they trust you that much. But I think also sometimes maybe people corner you or try to manipulate you in that way too. I had a friend from Florida call me and tell me that one day that he was gonna hurt himself, and the only thing I could do was hang up the phone.
Wow.
Because my mom has done that physically in front of me, like try to threaten me with that, and there's nothing that you can do to stop him. There's nothing you can do. So that energy is just got to be doused out, and I'm not gonna pull you from the ledge. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna be that person that pulls you from the ledge. If you say that out loud, I mean, I hung up, but before I hung up, I said, make sure you call the hotline. I'll give you the number if you need it, or Google it, and boom, I hung up because I can't deal with that, bro. I mean, it hung on my head, and I definitely, you know, tried to figure out if he was, you know, like answering my phone calls. But at a certain point, man, like people put that on you for what, dog? For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna walk you from the ledge. That's me personally, dog. That's me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already told him many things to help him. Meditation, call me. My number is this. You know what I mean? I'll walk you from the ledge, but not when you say that I will hurt myself. That's a threat.
Yeah,
that's a threat, bro. To me personally, you know, that's not cool. So I'm just sorry. I'm not down. But in your situation, I feel the love, man. Don't ever like lose that love. Do what you got to do, but don't regret it and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I feel that, dog. But it goes back to like. Oh, well, I mean, he's got a podcast talking about motivation and shit. He didn't, you know what I mean? Like
what?
I'm not saying that came up. I'm just saying like we're talking about motivation.
Yeah.
So when a personal friend reaches out and wants to hear some words of encouragement,
it's
tough because it's like they expecting you to fucking like, hey, he was right. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, even that responsibility is like, yo.
But also, I think just to think about it, also like us as people, we've been through it mentally, right? So we've built up our mental strength. So they look to us and say, you know what I mean? Like, give me advice. Cause like, honestly, like, I don't know how you built up to that, but like, you know what I mean? So I think that should be recognized too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some people come up to me and ask me advice, and I can see that they're like asking for advice, you know what I mean? And they see that like I've been through a hustle, and like, you know, like can I do it too? Of course you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm down for that. But I've only been like my mom and that my friend of mine have only been the two people that have approached me with those type of dark situations. And I just don't feel like that it's approachable. You know what I mean? That's internal, and
that goes deeper than
deeper than motivation. You know what I mean?
Bro.
It's dark, man. That's really,
that's like childhood shit, you know?
But maybe it is, but it's like you're at an end. You know what I mean? It's like you don't see anybody caring about you dying. You don't see a future in anything that you're building. You don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. There's nobody reaching out for you. You know what I mean? So
my thing is that,
how do you get to that point? That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you drive yourself to that point? Is it drugs? Is it just
check this shit? So like, I've felt like that, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I've always struggled with depression in my own way as a kid.
Right.
You know? So I have gotten myself to a point where it was no longer just the depression. It was the actual thought of like, it would be much easier.
Right.
You know? And
to just end it.
Yeah. I've been there. Okay. You know, I've been there.
Man, I'm glad you're still here, dog.
Yeah, dog. But that, to me, it's like, you gotta fall in love with the grind, dog. I mean, you gotta fall in love, because life is not easy.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
You have to fall in love with life and knowing that it's gonna be hard, bro. Yeah. But at the same time, taking every ounce that you can to put yourself in a position to where you don't feel at least close to that, because you have to cut out certain shit. I mean, obviously, if drinking is one of them, you got to cut it out. You got to know what to cut out. You know what I mean? And a lot of what when I was drinking and when I was on my shit, dog, those were the times when I would feel the darkest. Now that it's clear that I'm clear-headed, I do have my points where I'm down and hang my head, but it's quickly like, yo, no. Get up, get up.
Yeah. I like that,
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. But it took a lot of struggle to get to that point where you can snap out of it like that. I mean, because, we're liable to just fall into that depression, man. Just be like, fuck.
You get in a funk, bro.
I don't want to be,
you get in a funk.
I just want to go and drink. I just want to go to the bar. I just want to, just alleviate this fucking, I know, man. I know. Yeah, seriously. I know that too, man. I tend to forget about this, man. But like, so when I divorced 3 years ago, and before I started the business, I went to the doctor and because I had lost like 30 pounds, man. It was a depression that I went through. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people were even saying like, hey, Clay, you okay? You know what I mean? Like you lost a lot of fucking weight. You good? And I was like, I need to figure out if I'm good. You know what I mean? So the doctor was like, you know what? I think you're going through depression. I'm gonna give you some Percocet or something like that. I think it was Percocet. I'm not sure. But when I went home and I started a regimen of Percocet, I'll tell you honestly, man, I could picture myself like grabbing my gun and like doing something bad, dog. It was weird. I would have nightmares about that shit. So number one, I told the doctor I don't want to take the pills. And number two, I sold my gun. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck? I never in my life ever had dreams, thoughts, or envisioned, but there it was. I was having nightmares.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? It gets scary, bro, because it's like, now you know it's serious when you know how you're gonna do it or how you would.
Right? Isn't that fucking insane?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what kind of had to. It was like, nah, man. You know what I mean? There has to be a better way and shit. And a lot of it, dog, was stuff that I was putting on myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to completely just fucking transform yourself, man. And I think that's a big part of it, is that some homies hit me up. Because I would be in the hole with them before. Like, fuck it, dog, let's go out. You know what I mean? Fuck, me too. Me too. I got problems too, dog. And soaking the misery. And misery loves company. You know what I'm saying? I said that shit earlier today, bro. And it's like, it's true, man. So, you know, if you're trying to come up, if you're trying to fucking be positive with your life, if you're trying to do these things, and if you're always asking yourself, why isn't it happening for me? Why isn't it happening for me?
Yeah.
And you feel like you're putting 100% effort. Look around you.
Yes.
Look around you. Look at the people you associate yourself with. Look at your fucking, even your spouse.
Yeah.
Your family.
Yeah.
Are they good for you?
Are they helping you get to where you're going? For sure, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yo, so
stay positive,
that
man.
was deep.
Yeah, 1,000.
We went deep.
Yeah, we went deep on that one, dude.
Dog. We went deep on that shit, man.
I'm glad though, because like that's that realness, dog. That when we conversate like that, and we bring that real shit out, I think people can relate, and I hope people are seeing what we're doing. And the main thing is like, yeah, we were low, but we figured out a way to stay high. You know what I'm saying?
And you can too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the main point I wanted to say was is find something to succeed in. Find something to get a victory from. If it's a puzzle, finishing a puzzle, whatever the case may be. Small things, because those little things will make you feel good. You know what I mean? Makes your soul feel good. Bake a cake. You know what I mean? That you've never baked before. I could tell you for sure when I get a new recipe and I present a new recipe, I'm like elated. I can see Chef Oscar over at Lola, where he presents his plate. He researches it. He writes his procedure, his whole way of getting it done. I like that. I mean, we're artists, man. We have a whole process.
To all my barbers out there, dog. To all my barbers out there that you feel like you're going something, and you might be in a fucking crowd right now with like 20 motherfuckers around you, and you feel like you can't say shit, you can't express yourself, you can't. If you feel that way, you feel stuck, man.
Yeah,
dog.
You got this.
You got this, bro.
Yeah.
You got this shit, man.
Yeah.
Focus on your craft. You're barbering because that's your passion. Stick to that shit.
Hell yeah.
And work on that. Fuck the other noise. And
stay confident. Research your craft. Research your craft, man.
You'll come out that shit. So
for sure, man.
Yo, but this is that time, right?
Been a good fucking episode,
my
bro.
boy. This one was one of my favorite ones.
Hell yeah.
So
appreciate
y'all stay tuned, man. Episode 4.
Stay up.
Peace.
Stay positive. Stay motivated.